What is up, RPG fans? In this video, I will be ranking all of the characters in Eternal Sonata from worst to best. I don't know what this order is. I don't know why it is not in order. I will fix that as I continue to introduce the video. But yes, I will be ranking them, and this will be, I'm not trying to go super objective here. I'm just saying my opinion. So some of these characters are more widely regarded to be better, but you know what? Again, I want to try to just go off my own opinion here. So I might make some people blow up on me, but you know what? In the end, it's my opinion, and don't die if I say something you don't like. So anyway, let's get into this. So first, we're going to start with my man Allegretto, and Allegretto is oh frick, we do not have enough tiers here. I'm going to add an S+ tier as I usually do. Add a row above. You know, it's the Brighton way over here on RPG Ranked. S+. Okay, now let's make it purple. Purple's my favorite color. There we go. Okay, perfect. So Allegretto is not going to be in the S+ tier, even though I just made an S+ tier. He will go in the S tier. And why is Allegretto great? Well, he's just got some insane damage capabilities. He's a fast attacker, always doing good damage. He's got a good variety of attacking abilities, and he builds up echoes rather fast. He's not exactly breaking the game. Okay, he is kind of breaking the game. He does a ton of damage, and there's never a reason not to have Allegretto in your party. He's just the main character archetype. Like, just does good damage. Always amazing to have in your party. There's not really a reason to not have him in your party, and yeah. And for most of the game, he will be your best just physical straight up damage dealer. I will say there is one character that will top, but with the skills, it's pretty easy to say that Allegretto is an S tier character. Just great damage skills all around, and especially once you get access to echoes, he's doing tons of damage. All right, Beat. Some people love Beat, some people hate him, and I'm in the hate him category. I think he's an awful character compared to Viola. Like, at range, people are like, oh, well, he can build echoes, but can he really build echoes? I mean, kinda. But if you want to build echoes, pick a actually fast attacking character. If you want to build echoes from a distance, sure, you can get Beat, but I don't see, when you only get 3 characters in your party in a game, Beat is not a good choice in my opinion. And you do not need the money from photographs in this game, in my opinion. Like, I got plenty of money without them. So honestly, Beat, you suck, bro. I mean, you're good at the beginning of the game, but otherwise you're bad. All right. Speaking of building echoes and all that garbage, Frederick is a pretty good character. I'm going to put him in the A tier. I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, but I think that he's a pretty good character. I mean, actually, you know, Beat, you're going in the D tier. I apologize. Okay, anyway, Frederick, he's a good echo builder. He has fast attacks. Decent, yeah, so he's really good at building echoes, but mainly, I would argue he's the best healer in the game, at least for most of the game. He's just really got the echo building, decent damage, and a good healer, which is hard to say about the other healers of the game. So ultimately, he's a pretty well-rounded character. All right, let's move on to the next character on this list, which is Polka, who is just pretty mediocre. I'm going to put her in the C tier. Now, at first, once she gets like Earth Heal, like right after she gets Earth Heal, she's an amazing character. But she soon falls off and just gets worse than Frederick, worse than Viola. Like, Viola's heal arrow is going to be outclassing this. Just, yeah, Polka does not build echoes like Frederick. Her physical attacks are abysmal, and she's just a healer, but not a very good one by the end of the game. So, yeah. All right, Viola is easy S+ tier. I wouldn't say, like, her physical attacks at range, it does more damage the more range you are, and her bow does thousands of damage right out of the gate. It's insane how powerful attacks are. She's a great healer. She has insane damage. And there's a reason everyone jokes about how broken Viola is. She is absolutely broken. By the end of the game, like the final few dungeons, I wouldn't say she's the best, but she's pretty dang good. All right, next on this list is going to be Salsa, who I am controversially going to put not way too high on this list. I'm going to put her in the B tier. Now, some people, no, that's not fair. I want to put her in the A tier. Salsa is really good at building echoes, has some great debuffing abilities and stuff, but I don't think she's really the best at it. A lot of people do, but she does good echo building and good debuffs and stuff, but her damage isn't the best. And yeah, I don't think Salsa's as impressive as a lot of other people do. I think it's totally fine that people love Salsa, but I'm not into her as much as other people. All right, Falsetto, I'm going to go up with Allegretto. It's kind of the same deal here. It depends. I would say right when you get her, she's worse than Allegretto, but I think by the end of the game, she's probably the best damage dealer in the game. She doesn't have like the versatility of Viola, but she does so much damage with her punches. Her echo building is even better than Allegretto's. Her damage is even better than Allegretto's. Like, she was a mainstay in my party by the end of the game. I would put her in S plus if she was as good during most of the game as she was at the end, but yeah, she's just amazing. All right, Claves, she probably would not be at the bottom if it weren't for her untimely demise, and once you get her again, you can get her at the end of the game if you want, but really, as much as that's fun to do, if you level her up all the way, I'd probably say she's at least a little better than like Polka. I mean, she's got some cool stuff, but yeah, it's just that she just has no levels. Like, that's a huge problem for her. All right, let's move on. I feel like Jazz is the absolute definition of a B tier character. Like, his his tankiness is really, really good, but his damage is not that great. So sometimes I'll throw, like, if I'm having a hard time against a boss, I'll throw Jazz in the party and then just make him a meat shield. But otherwise, Jazz is nothing too special. And unless you're having a hard time beating a boss and need a meat shield, yeah, you don't really need Jazz. There's not really a point of having him in the party. His echo building's absolutely trash and all that stuff. All that jazz. Ha ha, I'm funny. All right, anyway, S plus tier, I'm going Marsh. I know a lot of people like Salsa better, but I don't think anyone builds echoes better than Marsh. March. So however you want to pronounce it. She's amazing. She's my personal favorite character, but I'm not going to put her above Viola. But I think that she's amazing. You get her pretty late, but her echo building's absolutely up there. Like, it's crazy. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. I think she's absolutely fantastic, though. My personal favorite character of the game. I found the most use out of her. Other than with Viola, I think that she is an S plus character. I think that's one of the more controversial picks of this list, but that's all I want to say about that. All right, Crescendo, I'm going to put in the C tier. I think he's just too little too late. He's not bad, but any character that has only 4 skills is just hard to build a party around. And I get that a lot of people like him, but I don't personally like him all too much. I think just the 4 skills really put me off, and it's not bad, but he just doesn't have the versatility of a lot of other characters, and he does pretty good damage, but yeah. All right, and Serenade, I'm going to put in top of B tier. Again, she can be an amazing healer, a great damage dealer, and all that stuff, but the lack of versatility does really put me off, and I think that... No, he goes above Polka. I think that, like, Serenade, just too little too late, but if you really do invest in her, I think she can be definitely a lot better than Crescendo, but... I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the late game characters, and I know that... I mean... I say that and I put her this high, but at least she has more versatility, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's amazing at building echoes, and I don't know, any character that only has 4 abilities is just hard for me to want to have in my party. And that might just be me being a crotchety teenager, but you know what? I'm going to go these 2 near the bottom of my list. I think just if you got them early in the game, but still, it's just you can't, like, you can't switch around their skill sets. Like, if you're not really vibing with someone, you can be like, oh, well, that didn't work. That setup didn't work. I can still keep the character and just change their abilities. You can't with Crescendo and Serenade. They have 4 abilities each. You change up their ability, they're practically the same character. So, you know what? I get that people like these 2, but I don't. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below your favorite characters in Eternal Sonata. I've looked at a lot of lists online. I absolutely know that my opinions are different than other people, but really, in the end, when it comes down to it, my party's typically Viola, March, and either Falsetto or Allegretto. Or if I really need a healer because I suck at the game, not really, but if I'm having a hard time in a boss fight, I'll probably switch out Falsetto or Allegretto with either Chopin or maybe Jazz. But usually I really do think that these are my 4 favorite characters. I think that putting these two characters and either Falsetto or Allegretto in the party is pretty much an instant win in any boss fight, any fight. That's what my opinion is, at least. So, yeah, if you totally disagree with me, awesome. I want to know what you think. So, anyway, thank you for watching this video. Peace out, RPG fans.